Good evening, welcome to Amber's Angelic Light and Guidance. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Today's card I'm going to start with is Let Love Be Your Beacon. And what this is about is allowing love to emanate from your very centre of your being and letting it literally lead the way in every situation. It's about letting love be your absolute guide. That gut feeling, that instinct and intuition that we all need to trust, that comes from a place of love. And when we can listen to our hearts and come from a place of love, that's when everything starts turning out right. All too often we lead with our heads. Logic gets in the way, or we find reasons, excuses not to follow our true path or not to do what our heart's telling us to do. We find a logical reason. Oh no, that's just silly, that's just me being silly. Or oh no, what if it all goes wrong and I could waste some money, or different things, different excuses pop into our mind, and it's not allowing those excuses coming in from the mind and the ego, and allowing the heart to lead. We're kind of told as we grow up that you need to, be sensible, various kind of various things, and it's like, actually no, you haven't always got to be really sensible. It's not about that. It's about doing what is right for you and what is going to make your heart sing, your soul sing, what is going to make you happy. And not just you, it will actually end up making people around you happy as well, because when we're happy, that just emanates from us. It just comes from us. It shines like a beacon. This love being our beacon is that shines its way through, and it's just blatantly obvious to people then that we're doing the right things for ourselves. People pick up very easily on those who are genuine and those who are coming from their heart space. And I was at a spiritual centre giving readings last night, and I spoke to one gentleman, and we were discussing this really briefly in his reading, that because he was quite sceptical, and I said this to him, and he said, you've got to be. I said, you are right. You're so right, because there are people out there, unfortunately, who just want as much money as they can get from doing this spiritual work, but then they're not really coming at it from a very spiritual place. Money can so often be associated with greed and ego, and it's like it is quite difficult when you're doing spiritual work sometimes, because you do have to keep this balance. You've got to be able to earn enough to live, but you need to also, sometimes it's just about doing the right thing as well. And I've been in situations where I've gone, I'll do what I can, and that's all I can do. It's like, what can you afford? and I'll work it out with you. We'll see what we can do between us. And my guides would always tell me if there was somebody that really couldn't afford something and I needed to give them something for free, give them a reading or a healing for free. I've done my fair share of doing that, and what happens is you end up out of balance, and that's the same with anything. It's like if you just constantly help others and put others first, it's going to be this imbalance, and what happens is it makes you ill in some way, and then you're not really being useful for anyone. But it is about balance, as with pretty much everything in life, isn't it? I guess. But I really want you to consider this evening this love being your beacon, and allowing love to be your beacon, allowing that, you know, that I love the way in this picture that her beacon of love is very central to her being, as well, because that's very, very much like our heart space. It does take up a lot of space, and I love in this picture the animals, and also the peacocks, kind of symbolic of Christ consciousness as well. And you know, the love is so powerful. It literally, it can heal, it can overcome the most difficult of situations. Love literally leading the way could result in so many wonderful things happening across the world. Literally, if people allowed love to lead their way every day, we wouldn't have the wars, we wouldn't have, you know, people being arguing over different religions and all these things, because it's like, it doesn't matter what other people feel or think. Sometimes it's about what's right for ourselves, but being understanding that everyone has a right to believe what they want to believe as well. And it might be that for them spiritual work isn't something that interests them or they want to hear about, and that's fine, that's up to them. But the more they see you coming from a place of love, the more they'll realise as well that there's no harm, and there's no, you know, there's nothing that negative that can be said about it. And also, another thing to consider is using love to help you out in difficult situations. If you're going into something that is a bit challenging, you can literally visualize and pour love into that room, into that space ahead of your being there, in a way of preparing the space for yourself, and bringing healing to that area for you. And just know that, you know, your inner light really will help show you the world with a new kind of, a new perspective, a new outlook, and you'll just learn new things every day, because you'll be coming from a place of love and being very open-minded as a result of that as well. So I feel like I've waffled a lot tonight, and I'm hoping that what I've said has made some sense along the way, and I hope it's kind of helped. I always feel that the angels and my guides tell me what they want me to talk about for a reason, and all I can hope is that the right person or people are watching this video today and will get what they need from it. So the more love we can put out, the more we can open up to receiving it as well. And that's a really important thing too, because to really be open to receiving love is to accept that we deserve it as well, and that can be really hard for some people. So know that you deserve all the love, all the positivity, everything, all good things. Know you deserve everything that's coming your way, and allow the angels to help you with anything that you're struggling with. And just remember to help you through, use this beacon of love. Use this putting love out there into situations even before you've got into the room, and see if it makes a difference. So I hope you have a lovely evening, and I will be back tomorrow. Have a lovely day tomorrow, and I hope the sun shines for you, and even if it's not shining in the sky, I hope it shines in your heart. Sending you lots of love and light, and lots of healing as well. I feel there's a lot of healing needed around the world at the moment, and I send that from my heart to yours too. Thank you. Bye bye.